Many of our listeners will have heard the news in the last couple of days that the largest hotel in Drogheda, a fairly modern hotel, the D Hotel, plans to move hundreds of asylum seekers into the premises from March the 5th. Local politicians in the area were made aware of this on Wednesday, but what has the reaction been in the locality? Our chief reporter Barry Whyte joins us now. Barry, good morning.
Hey Pat, good morning.
Now, you've seen the 7-page document that was sent out to local politicians by the Department of Integration. What does it say?
Well, Pat, like you say, on Wednesday, local TDs and councillors in the Drogheda area were made aware that the 113-bed 4-star D hotel in the County Louth town of Drogheda is to accommodate 500 international protection applicants from March 5th onwards. This 7-page document, Pat, states that it will be families who are accommodated in the D hotel. It also states that there is a sufficient number of bathrooms and showers that a number of residents who will be accommodated in the hotel. There will be full board catering, providing 3 meals per day with a varying menu. The hotel will have high-speed broadband and there will be staff on site 24 hours a day. The document also states that any asylum seeker residing in state accommodation is entitled to a medical card. But 500 residents will be moving in here from March 5th and it will be families.
Okay, so we're talking per bedroom, we're talking about more than 4 on average per bedroom.
Yeah, well, it's 113 rooms in the hotel, and this document states there will be 500 beds. I think it's the bedrooms that are going to be used. They're not going to be using, the ballroom or other areas like that.
In fact, I think they've said that those facilities, the bar and the function rooms, will be open as
they
normal
will remain open.
to normal business.
We'll hear that later
So
in the report
how
as well.
are the locals reacting to the news?
Well, Pat, locals told me yesterday that they feel left out of the picture, and the first they heard about this was through the media on Wednesday. Some told me they were shocked to hear the news, while others simply said they could not understand the thinking behind the government's decision. And I spoke to dozens of people in Drogheda Town Centre yesterday, and I didn't meet one person who thought this was a good idea. It really was just people just couldn't get their head around how you can take the largest hotel out of a big town like Drogheda. And here is just a sample, Pat, of what some people had to say.
Blow to the town. I mean, if you have visitors coming to the town, it's the main place where they stay. When that's fully occupied now, I don't know where all the golfers for Baltray are going to stay. I don't know where anybody else is going to stay.
So will it be damaging economically to the town?
Of course it will. I mean, it's meant to be a tourist town. It's meant to be one of these old town, medieval towns. And what are you doing? Stuffing it with asylum seekers? I mean, I've no problem with taking some asylum seekers, our fair share. But why should we get penalised more? Is it because our TDs are no good? I don't know.
I think it's, number one, the tourism. The people aren't going to come. They have nowhere to stay. Me personally have family that come from London every year and stay in the D Hotel. They have nowhere to stay now. They have nowhere to go. I believe there's a big march on the 17th of this month and the 18th of this month where people are all meeting down at the town centre down there. And I personally be there. I want to know what's coming into my town.
And what do you make of how the government have handled this whole situation in general?
It's just an absolute disgrace.
They can't believe it. They really can't believe it. It's unbelievable. So it's the only hotel in the town now. I just can't see how people are going to accept this.
I work in the Lourdes Hospital and I have seen the impact up there. It's unbelievable. With the overcrowding before all this, and now they come in demanding to be seen before the Irish, and I mean, we haven't just got the staff, we haven't got the facilities. We're just way in over our heads up there in the Lourdes, and it's it's round the clock, 24/7. I work nights as well as days, and it's just you're on your feet for your 12-hour shift. We have we haven't got the facilities.
Interesting, if you kind of make a rough calculation, if there are 113 bedrooms and 2 parents in each one, that's 226. It would mean that there would be approximately 270 children who'll have to find places in local schools. So maybe that's another matter we can talk about. What about the local businesses, though? What are they saying?
Well, Pat, it's estimated by Drogheda County Council that this will take almost €11 million out of the local economy. In fact, the elected members of the Borough District of Drogheda held an emergency council meeting last night. And in a statement they released last night, they say that we believe from informed research that the loss to our general town centre economy will be in the region of €5.4 million per year. So it's a vast amount of money they're estimating that will be taken out of the economy. And there are also now real fears that this could result in job losses and business closures. I was told that during the summer you'd have hundreds of golfers staying in the hotel. Baltray and Sea Point, two championship golf courses, are nearby. While you would also have people from across the country and the UK staying in the hotel for, say, the Bellewstown summer races. And these people will now have to find somewhere else to stay. And one business owner who is now seriously concerned about the future is Ricky Morgan. He owns a golf shop just a few hundred metres away from the D Hotel. And he says a lot of business he got would have been from tourists during the summer.
We would have had a huge amount of tourists coming in from that hotel, which all summer would have kept us alive with tourists spending money or playing golf in the local area. Yeah, just, I presume now everybody now going forward they're not going to be taking any guests or anything going forward. So there'll be a lot of cancellations and stuff for everything, and hopefully somebody will be able to accommodate them elsewhere. But the majority of hotel rooms are out of D Hotel, and it's helped the town for years and years and years with all the coffee shops and pubs and restaurants and taxi drivers and Newgrange and everywhere else. It's the only place to come and stay, really.
There's a few championship golf courses in this area, Baltray, Sea Point. So there would be tourists coming to visit those. Are you concerned now you get into the summer?
Yeah, I mean, you've Sea Point, you've County Lough Golf Club, you have Laytown and Bellewstown are all championship links courses, world famous courses. So yeah, hopefully they're able to find somewhere else to stay.
What was your reaction when you heard the news yesterday? Were you shocked?
Yeah, I was totally unaware, totally caught off my foot. I'd like to have been consulted, or I'm sure all the shops would like to have been consulted, that we all could have been part of what the decision was.
Consultation seems to be the word that everybody's saying to me today. Local politicians, local business owners, local people. It seems that there was absolutely no consultation here.
Well, we heard nothing. It was only just on the news yesterday. That's the first we heard of it.
Now, Barry, a lot of people will be saying it'll be damaging for tourism in Drogheda, but was it that much tourism really?
Well, look, Pat, Drogheda is not Killarney, Dingle or even Dublin. The town would not see the number of tourists those areas have visiting every year. However, the Tourism Minister, Catherine Martin, launched the Ancient Destination Experience Development Plan in May 2021. And the key aim of this was to promote tourism in the Boyne Valley area. And in an answer to a parliamentary question last summer, Minister Catherine Martin said the government wanted to increase visitor numbers across the destination. So, Pat, on one hand, we have the government promoting tourism in the area, while on the other, Drogheda's largest hotel has been taken out of use. So how can the government be promoting tourism while at the same time be taking tourism beds out of the very area they're trying to promote? I can understand why people think this doesn't make sense. And Trevor Conley from the Love Drogheda Business Improvement District says the D Hotel represents over half of all tourism beds in the town centre. And he says Drogheda needed more hotel beds, not less.
It's going to have a major impact on the town. The D Hotel provides 56% of our hotel accommodation stock. And I suppose over the last number of years, we've got tremendous support from Falch Ireland, from Louth County Council, Meath County Council, to try and build up a tourism industry in this town and tourist experiences. And before this has happened, there has been a call to try and increase the amount of bedrooms that we have available for visitors to our town. We're in close proximity to the UNESCO World Heritage Site. We're in close proximity to Old Bridge. We have St. Peter's Church. We have a number of different festivals that have grown over the last 2-3 years. We have a tremendous amount of assets within the town that are focused on building the tourism industry. And I suppose over the last while, we are looking to grow that sector of the economy, and the removal of 56% of that accommodation is a blow to the town, and it is a blow to Drogheda and the region.
So at a time when Drogheda needed more hotel beds are being taken away?
Yeah, that's correct. And I suppose that irony of all this is, on one hand, you're looking at the future development and planned growth of the town and doing it in a structured manner and a structured framework, and you have news that one of the industries that you're seeking to invest in and grow in, as in the tourism industry, you're removing 56% of your accommodation in the town. There's no sense to that.
I remember when I was a schoolboy, we were taken on one of these school trips to Drogheda, and our mission was to see the head of Blessed Oliver Plunkett in St. Peter's Church, which was mentioned there in that contribution. Anyway, Barry, what about the hotel owners? Any chance of this whole thing being overturned?
Well, firstly, Pat, I spoke to Louth Fine Gael TD Fergus O'Dowd yesterday, and he says he thinks that the hotel should be given a dual-use function, that it would accommodate international protection applicants, but it would also retain its current use as an operating hotel. And this has been also echoed by Labour TD Jed Nash in an interview with the Irish Times. But Pat, both may be disappointed because a spokesperson for the owners of the hotel told me that this is a done deal. A 2-year contract has been signed and there will be no U-turn. However, like you said earlier, the restaurant and bar in the D Hotel will still remain open to the public. While Pat, accounts for the D Hotel show that it made an over 40% profit in 2022. However, it's my understanding that profits in 2023 were down. And Paul Allen, who is a spokesperson for the D Hotel, says the owners were made an offer they could not refuse. And he says the money they will make accommodating asylum seekers in the next 2 years will secure the long-term future of the hotel.
Owners of the hotel purchased the premises back in October of last year. The deal is done. It's for 2 years and it's to house people in the 113 rooms. And from the early March, people will be coming in. It'll still remain as a hotel in a sense that the function room will still operate, the bar, the restaurant will still operate for members of the public to enjoy.
And how many people are going to be accommodated? I understand the department have says 500.
Well, yeah, but if you do the sums, there's 113 rooms. Now, I'm sure you can move things around, but that's a hell of a lot of people in a small space. So I would expect no more than 300.
But the department statement says 500.
I haven't seen the department statement.
Well, I have it here in front of me. How many people are intended to be accommodated at the D Hotel? The capacity is for 500 people and 113 rooms. That's from the department.
Sure, but the two words you said there, intended and capacity. And there's obviously issues regarding health and safety, so you can't cram a load of people into a room. It has to be configured, but obviously better people in the department will know how to configure the rooms and where people are going to go. But the hotel is now involved with the department for the next 2 years.
Speaking to politicians, local business owners, local people in Drogheda today, and they were all saying the same thing. This is a massive loss to the town. Was the D Hotel profitable?
To my knowledge, it was ticking along, and if it was profitable, why would somebody sell it back in October of last year? One thing to say, though, that the business retains 70 jobs. They're going to recruit more people during the summer. So it is very positive for the area in the context of the people that are coming into the area have nothing. They will need clothes, they will need food, they will need toys, books for the children.
There will be no job losses in the hotel, but will there not be a loss of footfall to the town? You know, the tourists who have been coming there, you know, maybe they were staying for golf or the Bellewstown races in the summer.
Well, I have great friends in Drogheda. As a regular stayer in Drogheda, I'll have to stay in Scholars up the road. But there are other hotels in the area. There's the Boyne Valley, there's one in Julianstown. And that's what happens in business. Things change.
Was the D Hotel simply made an offer they couldn't refuse here?
Yes, they are a business, and yes, they were made an offer, and it's for 2 years.
How much is the hotel going to make in the next 2 years?
I don't know.
Now, finally, Barry, do we know how much the hotel is being paid? Paul Allen says he doesn't know. Can you shed any light on that? Because apropos of our last conversation, the politicians demanding to know about public money being paid in severance payments to RTE, presumably public money being paid to hoteliers, that shouldn't be confidential either.
Well, it is, Pat, because they sent a query regarding this to the Department of Integration. However, they say they are unable to give details relating to any specific suppliers due to the commercial sensitivity of this information.
Okay, public money, and we don't know how much is being paid. Some of the texts coming in. Imagine a hotel being criticised for paying foreign guests, regardless whether they are refugees or not. It's so Irish. To alleviate the financial impact on local restaurants and bars in Drogheda due to the decrease in tourism, the government should look at a voucher system for the refugees that can only be used in the locality. That's from John. Everyone in your Vox Pop says they want consultation. What do they think will be the outcome of that consultation? Any consultation meetings would be hijacked by protest groups and they'd end up being nothing but a soapbox for a bunch of racists. That's from Enda in Mayo. And another one says emergencies simply may not allow for extensive consultations. Barry, thank you very much for that report on Drogheda.